In this lesson, we'll talk about factoring polynomials, and we'll start with greatest common factor. Common factoring is really applying the distributive property in the reverse that we usually do it. For example, we have the formula for the distributive property is something like this. If we're choosing to factor the problem, what we're actually doing is starting with this version and rewriting it like that. And we can do that with any number of terms, and you'll see how this works with this example. 15x squared y plus 9xy squared plus 21x squared y squared. Now let's take a note first that these are not like terms. I have x squared y, xy squared, and x squared y squared. So they cannot be combined. But we can factor out a common factor. So let's see. 15 and 9 and 21 are all multiples of 3. So we could factor out at least a 3. Now let's look at the x squareds. I have x squared and just x, and then another x squared. Whenever you're pulling out or factoring out powers, always factor out the least power that you find. So we have an x squared and an x squared, so we'll factor out x. Then we have y and y squared again. Again, when you're factoring out powers, make sure you take the least power that you find. So this would be just 3xy. This is considered the greatest common factor. That's this. Now we need to know what the polynomial inside the parentheses is, and what we'll do is division. 3 divided into 15, or 15 divided by 3 is 5. So the first term will have a 5 in it. We have an x here. This is x squared. X squared divided by x is just x. And y divided by y is 1. Stop and check this for a minute. If we multiply this out again, we'd have 3 times 5 is 15, x times x is x squared, and y. That would give it back. So let's see what the next term is. 9 divided by 3 is 3. X divided by x is gone. Y squared divided by y is y. So there's that term. Finally, we have 21 divided by 3 is 7. X squared divided by x is x. And y squared divided by y is y. So the factored form of this polynomial is 3xy times the quantity 5x plus 3y plus 7xy. Look for common factors. Pull that out. That's called the greatest common factor. And there must be just as many terms in your parentheses as you started with in your big polynomial.